Yes, welcome all of you. So let's start with today's session. So today's topic we will be conducting, but before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Surekha Bhosle and I am entrepreneur, mentor, trainer and counselor. Just brief about me. I am an alumni of Indian School of Business. I have did my business management studies from Indian School of Business. And I do run two main companies and we have some product base also. So the main company, which is with the name Rishi Computer Education, is into the education sector and into the skill development sector. Under the banner of Rishi Computer, we have certain other services also, like we give insights about the career through our blog, which is known as Rishi Blog Buddhi. And we have just recently launched our online portal with the name Rishi Online Buddhi. Now this Rishi Online Buddhi, you will find all number of courses related to the skills and you can just book that online and you can just study it online on the online platform. To help students to get the employment, we have our employment market portal under the banner of Rishi. And at the same time, I am a certified DMI counselor. So I am a multiple intelligence counselor. So we have our own multiple intelligence system to analyze talents and multiple intelligence of everyone under the banner of My Career Buddha. Under the banner of My Career Buddha. This is all about the Rishi Computer Education. The next company is Globridge, and it is a IT services and digital marketing agency. And here we provide many services related to digital to the clients. And at the same time, we have our own product called as Profile Card. So that's about me. So let's begin with the main session. So today you are so much excited and keen to learn about what exactly is this DMI analysis. So first of all, let me introduce this DMI analysis is known as My Career Buddha. And this is a unique platform for choosing your right career path and discovering the genius within you. So everyone, here we need to understand that everyone is genius. But only thing is that number of people really don't know about it, that what exactly is the potential within us. So to discover that, this My Career Buddha helps, how it helps, how the test we do, all the details you will just get at the end of this session. So let's understand what will be the takeaways from today's sessions. First of all, you will get insights about DMIT, what is exactly DMIT and what is the importance of it. Moving further, you will understand that DMIT, the concept of DMI is more into the logical perspective, and you will find a logical way to identify the right career path for yourself. Then we will just go into the depth details and we will understand that why someone should go for DMI analysis, why someone should go for DMI analysis, and what is the need of DMIT. And then we will understand what is the key to assess your child's core competencies. What is the key to assess your child's core competencies? Core competence plays very, very important role, and most of the times we really don't know about it. So we will explore into that also. So let's begin with our session, and I would like to just start this session with one genius person saying, and what our Albert Einstein say, everyone is a genius. Just underline this. Everyone is a genius, but if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, if you judge fish on its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life in believing that it is stupid. Now remember, intelligence plays very important role, but as everyone is unique, everyone has its innate natural potentials and intelligence. So if we will keep on comparing with two different personalities with each other, it will not match. And it will become like comparing fish with monkey. Monkey can easily climb a tree, but fish can't. And monkey cannot just swim in the river. So fish has its own intelligence, and at the same time, monkey has its own intelligence. So as Albert Einstein says, so here we need to understand that really whether we know how to identify our natural hidden talent, which is our innate potential. How does my child will learn? What is the mechanism of learning which suits my child? And if you are a parent, what are the issues that bother you regarding your child at different stages? As a parent, we are having so much concern about our children, and we really want to identify the issues which bother us in day-to-day life. And really, I wanted to ask, would you be happy if you know your child's true orientation? Every parent will be happy, and every student will be happy that exactly how each and every child is made and what is his unique talents and what about his orientation, considering those talents. Which streams should my child choose after 10th or 12th? That is also one of the important concerns, because we are into the competitive world and so many n number of options. So again, choosing from then those options, we get confused. So you will get answer to all these questions through the DMIT. So basically, DMIT is a trending scientific procedure to test one's inborn intelligence. And as it is scientific, every analysis will be done logically. And it's not that you will test and just you will imagine and then you will do. So DMIT helps you in logical analysis of your career. But here we need to understand that how we can test it. So what is the normal mechanism which we use? So normal mechanism, if you will see that in school level also or in college level also, if we are confused or exactly if you want to opt for a right career option, what we do, we test our intelligence by using acquired intelligence methods like psychometric testing, aptitude testing, isn't it? Many of you might have done this psychometric testing and aptitude testing. But these tests basically are conducted on the basis of acquired knowledge. Like you're grown-up student and you are grown till the age of 15, 16. So current age standard of you is 16. So whatever experience you have got within these 16 years, considering that knowledge, you will just write answers to the questions, and depending on that, analysis will be done. But we just keep on learning throughout our life, and as we gain experience from our life, it just sets the different maturity and different parameter at different stages of life, and it keeps on changing. Then what is the right thing? Basically, when we are born with multiple intelligence. And what if we know those intelligence at initial stage itself? If we know those intelligence at initial stage, then that is the 90% potential which we have. That is our own intelligence, which is known as innate intelligence. And that mechanism is called as DMIT, Dermatographics Multiple Intelligence Test. which is totally a biometric evaluation. No questions will be asked. It is fully a biometric evaluation. So let's understand how this biometric evaluation is done and how it relates to your innate potential and your talents. So you might have wondered that how it is done. Whether there is any test which is available, which can describe our intelligence level and which can identify our innate potential. And you might be also wondering and may have doubt that is it really a true, and what is the basis of test, how it is done. So now you will get all the answers. So first of all, we will see what exactly is DMIT is about. DMIT is one test like dermatographics multiple intelligence test. So it is a test which will extract multiple intelligence as defined by Dr. Gardner. I will just tell you who is Dr. Gardner. And this analysis will be done just from the fingerprints, So you do not have to just go and just write number of answers to the questions, nothing. It is just the 10 minutes process where whole analysis will be done based on fingerprints. I will explain you later in the depth details. So this DMIT test measures person's innate potential. And you can call this innate potential as inborn talents, inborn multiple intelligence, which one child has or anyone has, that we can evaluate. And DMIT also gives you complete picture of person's inborn strengths and weaknesses. So you will just get the clear perspective from different dimensions that how to go about it. Accordingly, the future roadmap you can decide and you can go ahead with it. And you will get the reliable information through this testing on which you can rely and take your decisions, important decisions in your life. Because this nurturing is very important. Now see, as we born, we just try to learn some things from the nature. So natural talent is basically 90%, which is one's potential. And the remaining things which we keep on exploring, we have our innate potential, but we do not use it fully. We come across some situations, we learn those things, then we acquire, and then we move ahead. So that is the stages of nurturing, okay? Step by step, we move ahead. But this nurturing process must be planned in systematized manner. And it can be planned only when you know that exactly how you should align these nurturing steps. And that is done through this DMI. And when your natural talents will be combined with the nurturing, so proper nurturing, then in synchronization, you will be called as a genius person, because you will focus on your inner strength, innate potential, and by identifying it, you will keep on exploring it, that is nurturing it, and therefore it will add value to your life. So that's it about the DMIT. So it will help you. It is a analysis which will give you clear picture, and it can take you to the genius level. So dermatographics is basically a study of our fingerprints. So these fingerprints and screen grain, the carvings on the screen, derma is basically skin, and graph is nothing but carvings on the screen. The patterns which we see on our fingers is basically a carving. And it consists of your intelligence. Remember that it consists of your intelligence, because these carvings are printed by the God on your fingertips at the time when you are in the womb of mother. At that time, these carvings are placed, and it has direct connection with your brain. So basically it reveals the congenital links between our fingers and our intrinsic qualities and talents. So it will give clear picture about how your left brain works, how your right brain works. And many scientists and medical doctorates found that the born number of brain cells. Now, this theory is based on the neurosystem. So basically, the learning potential is basically we have the different partitions in our brain, and where we can just identify those learning potentials by checking the strengths of those neurons through the fingerprint, because fingers are connected directly with our brain. And the structure of function of cerebral cortex can be analyzed from the skin grain. And by looking at the skin grains, we can analyze the structure of our whole brain. So then how this fingerprint and potentials are connected. So basically dermatographics is first applied. When it is invented, it is first applied in pathological studies. Later, it has later to be extended, it has been applied to the study of violent criminals in the FBI sector, because fingerprints are generic. So it is basically a genetic based combination. It is inherited from your parent, and when you are in the womb of a mother, at that time you just derive some features from your family. So it is more into the genetics, and we can identify the personality also, the what type of person you are, because it is genetic based, and we can identify the potential of the person also based on this 10 fingerprints. So basically, if you don't know, fingerprints are formed at the 13th to 19th week in the womb of a mother. And it gets reflected after the birth, after 6 months. So after, for a newborn baby, it will be reflected on the fingertips. It will get reflected on the fingertips after 6 months from the time of birth. And parents can also understand that their children's innate character and what is the learning potential. So as the child completes the 1 year, then itself parent can understand what is the innate potential of their child. And these are the carvings. So derma is basically skin, and glyph is basically carvings on the skin. And dermatographics is nothing but we will study these patterns, study of carvings on the screen. And now, who has invented this theory of multiple intelligence? So the multiple intelligence is invented by Howard Gardner, who is graduated from Boston School of Medicine in neurology. He's a specialist in neurology, Harvard, and he's also Harvard graduate school professor and psychologist in cognition and education. And he has wrote a very famous book, Frames of Minds, in 1983, where he elaborated that how each person is unique blend of dynamic intelligence, and those intelligence, if we know our own intelligence, our innate potential, then which can be grown, which can expand, and which can be developed throughout life. So we have to learn at each point of time, and just we keep on listening to it. And rarely do the work alone, rather intelligence are combined in our activities. So any activity which do, it is correlated with our intelligence. So intelligence is not singular. There cannot be a person with only single intelligence. There has to be multiple intelligences to perform one single task. And so by using this theory, any person's inborn potentials and talents can be identified and can be described. So teaching students about their intelligence strength helps them to be a self-advocates and to take the proper decisions. So Frames of Mind book elaboratively explains all these parameters. So this theory is basically invented by Howard Gardner. And just we will go through it and that how interesting it is. Let's now understand. So now everyone is clear. Just type clear in chat box. Just type clear in chat box. How you are finding this session? Is it interesting? Just type clear, interesting in chat box. Everyone, are you listening? Yes. Wow. Very good. So now let's move ahead to understand our brain structure, how our brain is formed. So first of all, understand the brain structure. Actually, our brain has divided into 5 lobes. The first lobe is the frontal lobe, sorry, prefrontal lobe. From here we will start. It is a prefrontal lobe. And this brain's prefrontal lobe part processes which information? It executive type information, and it is all the cognitive function, like we have the leadership qualities, understand the people psychology, understanding qualities. All those are processed by prefrontal lobe. All personality aspect, those are processed by prefrontal lobe. Then we will move on to the next lobe, which is known as frontal lobe. Now frontal lobe is more into thinking and imagination. So there are 2 different types. As we think, then we imagine some aspects. So thinking and in imagination, frontal lobe is there. The next third part of our brain is known as parietal lobe. Now parietal lobe is more into kinesthetics. What is kinesthetics? These are the skills, physical, which we do physically with our body, like fine motor skills and gross motor skills. Like dancing is a gross motor skill, playing sports is a gross motor skill, but at the same time, just chopping vegetables, cutting vegetables, or writing, moving fingers around it, then all those are fine motor skills. So all these actions are controlled by our parietal lobe. Next, we will move on to the occipital lobe. Our brain's occipital lobe processes all visual related information. So visual processing is done, and inside are all the neurons which flow, which gets excited, okay, and they flow from one partition to another partition, which generates energy, and then the cells get activated and you take actions accordingly. But it depends that how much intelligence you got in prefrontal lobe, frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, and last one is the temporal lobe, which is more into the sound and speech processing. How you communicate and how your sound modulation is, how are your listening skills, that is totally controlled by temporal lobe. So here, once we understood this brain structure, it is divided into 5 parts. But at the same time, you need to understand this brain is again divided into left brain and right brain. And this theory is again researched in 1960 by Roger Sperry and his colleagues. They have just carried out studies on left and right hemisphere phenomena. So they partitioned the brain into 2 parts, left brain and right brain, and they studied that hemisphere functioning. The result of this study later led to Roger Sperry being awarded, and he got the Nobel Prize for this. And he got the Nobel Prize in physiology and in medicine in 1981. Why? Because he had just invented very wonderful features. The study demonstrated that the left and right hemispheres are specialized in different tasks. As these lobes, again in lobes, each partition is again divided into left part of the brain and the right part of the brain. And they are specialized in doing the different tasks. They cannot do the only one single task. And all the tasks cannot be managed by only one part of the brain. It is managed by multiple parts of the brain. The left side of the brain is normally specialized in taking care of the logical. When we think about logical, it is factual base. It is factual base. Then analytical and verbal tasks. These are done by the left side. And right side is more into imagination and more into the music, more into the psychological aspect. So that is all about the right brain. So considering this here, if we will understand, if we will see, if here we will see that this brain is divided into two parts, left brain and right brain. So let's understand what are the qualities of left brain. Again, this, when we say intrapersonal, left brain activity is intrapersonal and right brain activity is perception. Perception is nothing but known as interpersonal. So one individual has the intrapersonal skill, the knowledge about his own decision-making skill, the leadership skill, all comes under intrapersonal, and how he has the relationship, how he is able to manage the psychology of other people, how he is able to connect with people, though that is known as perception about other people who are surrounded with him. That is interpersonal skill. So intrapersonal and interpersonal are the activities of prefrontal lobe. Intrapersonal and interpersonal. So intrapersonal is the activity of left brain and interpersonal is the activity of right brain. At the same time, as we will move ahead, there is a next intelligence which is more into logic and imagination. Logic and imagination. So again, you people can also identify this activity comes under which lobe. Just type in chat box which lobe. When left brain function of logical evaluation and imagination comes under which lobe? You people can also answer. Yes, which lobe? It comes under frontal lobe. It comes under frontal lobe. So this frontal lobe is also important. So logic and imagination activities will be processed by frontal lobe. Then we move on to the writing and dancing. Again, I already explained you, this parietal lobe is into kinesthetic operations. And therefore, our fine movements, that is a writing skill, or anywhere finger movements are, finger movements, we make use of finger movements, all those activities come under the skill of fine motors, and all the gross motor skills like dancing, playing sport, excessive work, outing, all those comes under kinesthetic. So writing and dancing are the activity, or rather fine motors and gross motors are the activities which comes under parietal lobe. Then next we move on to the linguistic intelligence and musical intelligence. Again, the linguistic and musical intelligence, here we where we go here. So here we do the sound and speech processing. Here we do the sound and speech processing, which comes under temporal lobe, And the last one, the left brain activity, reading, connecting to nature, then observation skills, all comes under this reading and maps, which comes under visual processing, that is occipital lobe. I think now you have understood that our brain structure is divided into 5 lobes, and each lobe, again, it is divided into left brain and right brain. And again, left brain functionalities are different and right brain functionalities are different. So here you can move ahead with this. And you might have understood that what are the intrapersonal skills and interpersonal skill. That is intrapersonal intelligence and interpersonal intelligence. Then logical intelligence and imagination power, fine motor skills and gross motor skills, linguistic intelligence and musical intelligence, reading, observation intelligence, and map or picture memory. That is all these are the 10 aspects and strengths of our innate potential, which can be generated from this different lobes, and the lobes basically control all these functions of our brain. So let's identify now. Left hand reflects the right brain. Now how it is connected to our brain? So here connected in this way, this way. So left, when this is our right hand, when it is connected to left brain, so basically our right hand reflects left brain activity. And in left brain, which are the activities? Intrapersonal is there, logical is there, fine motors is there, linguistic is there, and reading, that is naturalist, is there. All these intelligence are reflected in our right hand's 5 fingers. And when we talk about the right brain, then our left hand is connected to our right brain and to those lobes, and therefore all the activities related to interpersonal skills, then related to reasoning, logical reasoning, then ability to manage, ability to control the fine movements, all those are basically are controlled by the right brain. So right brain has the ability into the creativity, interpersonal and leadership skill. It is more into the artistic concept. It has ability to control gross motor. It is more into the melody and music and ability to process, appreciate music. Then little finger is basically reflects the image, the ability to determine abstract patterns and visual sense. So that is all about the left hand, which reflects right brain, and right hand, which reflects left brain. So that is very, very important. You can just see your fingers and you can connect like this, and you have that natural innate potential. So like that, you can just see that how you can analyze your inner strengths by using this mechanism called as intelligence. Now let's understand these brain lobes and fingerprint. Already we learned the different brain lobes and how they are connected. So this, our left hand is connected with the right brain, and as explained to you, this is connected. The left hand, that means right brain activity. Right hand, that means left brain activity. So our left hand, that is right brain, is more into the interpersonal skill, visual 3-dimensional skill, kinesthetic skills, musical skills, and the visual 2D visualization skills. So picture smart people. So all these are those skills. And for the right hand, that is your left brain, what it processes, it is more into the intrapersonal. That is understanding about the self, understanding about the logic and computations, and then fine motor skills, the fine movements of your fingers. Then gesture also, it comes when you do the very good drama and you just do very good movements and your face expressions are very good. That all comes under the fine motor skills. If you have very good fine motor skills, then you are able to do it. If you have very good communication skill, very good vocabulary, it comes into the linguistic skills. And yes, if you are a naturalist, then you will not miss out anything, and you will have sharp memory because you can observe each and everything in detail. So if you have naturalist quotient, then you will not do silly mistake. Some people have the low naturalist quotient. We keep on doing the silly mistakes. So there we need to take precaution, and there we need to understand that we should take more precaution while signing any document, while writing our question paper or answers. We should recheck it, because the persons who with low naturalist quotient do the silly mistakes. So this is all about brain lobes and fingerprints. I think students, most of the things are clear to you. Just type yes, clear in chat box. Just type clear in chat box. Very good. Let's move ahead. So now, what you understood, what is multiple intelligence? Basically, multiple intelligence into different smart operations of our innate potential. So when we talk about multiple intelligence, when we say linguistic intelligence, it is more connected with word smartness. When we talk about logical and mathematical intelligence, it is more connected with number and reasoning part. So it is number and reasoning smart. When we talk about spatial intelligence, these are picture smart people. They have the photogenic memory. Okay, they can just see the faces, they can remember the faces. So that is the spatial intelligence which some people are blessed with. Then bodily kinesthetic intelligence, some people are body smart, like the sports person or the very good writers. All those are the body smart people, because they have very good writing skill, and at the same time they have a very good gross motor skill, so they do not feel tired. They have so much energy within themselves, and they can just keep on doing more and more tasks, and they are the action takers. Then comes to the musical intelligence, that is the music smart people, and it is also correlated with the emotional intelligence also. Then comes interpersonal intelligence. Interpersonal is having having understanding about the uh, uh, about emotions of other people, and then how to take action, how to manage those emotions. So it is more into the interpersonal, is nothing but related to people smartness, because we understand people in a better way. So it gives us more power. When we start understanding people around us, we can manage it well, we can manage other people's emotions. So interpersonal skill helps there. Then the intrapersonal is understanding about the self. So it is a self smartness. So you have the thinking ability about the self. And the last one is the naturalist intelligence. So nature smart people. So nature smart people love to be in the nature. Their observation skills are very good. They can remember whatever they will just read, they will memorize. Their memory is also very sharp. So this nature smart people, and that is a nature. Last intelligence is the nature smart intelligence. So here, if we collate everything, here you can see intrapersonal is more into thinking and planning. Interpersonal, intrapersonal is the activity of left brain, and interpersonal is more into right brain activity, that is thinking and creativity. Then we come to the linguistic intelligence, which is, it is more into auditory and linguistic skills. Then we move on to the bodily kinesthetic intelligence, which is kinesthetic and artistic. It comes more into the kinesthetic, that is our gross motor skills, and the fine movements, that is fine motor skills. So artistic comes under fine movements only. So if you are a good painter, or you can just portrait good sketches, all those comes under the kinesthetic skills. And the gross movements. Then we move on to the logical mathematical. So logical mathematical intelligence is the left brain activity. Again, it comes into logics and computation and reasoning. When we talk about visual, it is again the right brain activities into 2D visualization and 3D visualization, two-dimensional and three-dimensional visualization, how your brain processes that information. So we sometimes say that that person has the sixth sense. So that is the 3D imagination capability that person has, and how he can just imagine, think, and how he can give the insights. Then we move on to the musical intelligence, which it comes under the right brain, and it is more into the auditory perception, listening also, and music also, how you interpret that music. So musical things. And the naturalist intelligence comes under the recognition and the observation skills. So I think you have cleared. So totally there are 8 types of intelligence, and these all are the strengths of those intelligence. The visualization intelligence is merged together. Here you can see bodily intelligence is also the merged together. So intrapersonal, interpersonal, logical, visual, linguistic, kinesthetic, naturalist, and musical. So all these top 8 intelligence are there, and if we will go and study, that we can also understand how these intelligence are about and how it plays a very important role in our life. So I think everyone has got clarity about how much innate potential we can have. What is the meaning of multiple intelligence? Just type you have understood the meaning of multiple intelligent, yes or no, in the chat box. Now you clearly understood the meaning of this multiple intelligence and how many multiple intelligence each person has. Very good. Let's move ahead. Now see, this DMI analysis, that is dermatographics multiple intelligence test, just settles all the parameters about this 8 intelligence, that what innate potential you has got and how to nurture it. Then not only that, it also reflects your learning style. You can identify that what type of learner you are. If we will follow a typical mechanism like sitting in the closed room without noise and just reading, but if you have very weak natural innate potential, then that mechanism will not work with you. You will not be able to concentrate on the studies, and so many distractions will be around you, then you will not be able to focus, because again there are different learning style, and which is it depends on your own innate potential and your own intelligence, that we need to identify. Then we can set that what type of learner you are, whether you are a visual learner, whether you are an auditory learner, whether you are a kinesthetic learner. If you are a kinesthetic learner and we will tell you that go and sit in one room and just study, you will not do that at all. So you need to understand your own learning mechanism also. And this gives clear insights about your innate potential and way you should learn and try to explore the things. So that clarity also you will get in this multiple intelligence analysis report. Then the next very, very important aspect. You will believe that each and every person is unique, and each and everyone has different behaviors and different personalities. So that is known as DISC profile. So basically, there are different external personalities, how that is related to the interpersonal skill, and the innate personality. So how that innate personality is related. So we need to understand what is our primary. So there are 4 types of personalities. The people who are very aggressive, they are like an eagle, they are very dominant, have high leadership skills. Then some people are compliant. Compliant is nothing but the wise personalities. Just they listen, they think, and then they take the decisions. Those people are known as compliant. Owl is a compliant character. Eagle is a dashing, dominant character. He wants everything for himself. Compliant is the owl. He will just listen, he will just see, and then wisely he will catch. Who is the influential people, like a peacock? When peacock starts dancing, it attracts our attention. These are influential people. They have very good interpersonal skill. They have very good communication skill also. So there are different character traits, and they are correlated with each other. Then the last one is steady dove. The person who has the fully dove character do not have urgency. Some sort of laziness will be also there. But remember, our innate personality is not one-dimensional, like only it will go into the dominant mode, only it will go into the influential mode, only it will go into the compliant mode, or only it will go into the steady mode. There are 10 fingers And in 10 fingers analysis, it might happen that some parts are dominant, some parts are influential, some parts are steady, some parts are compliant. So mixing this together, it forms our behavior and how we work with other people, how we understand our other people, and our behavioral pattern defines through these personalities. So which is our personality, that also you get clear idea. So you will understand person in a better way, because the thing is that all those intelligence are the innate intelligence which you have. When you nurture it, then you will start experiencing it. But if you don't know that other person's intelligence, you will just start expecting so many things, because your personality is from one perspective. So you have your own perceptions. Because your personality is dominant, you want that this should happen. But if you will expect the same thing from the dove person, it will not happen. So what you need to do? You need to find out a solution to accept the person as it is, and find some different tactics that how you can make that person understand what is your concern, and how you will just motivate that person to take the action. So you need to manage these behaviors also. So again, expecting lot of things from kids, from your colleagues in offices, it just creates stress. But that person has one personality and behavior style. He cannot change, and you also cannot change. The thing is that accept it and find the mechanism that how you can eliminate those differences. So that is the wonderful thing in this report, that you will get clearer idea about your personality style and about your behavioral pattern also, and how you have to deal with different type personality. If you are a dove, then how you should behave with the peacock type persons, like influential persons, how you should handle compliant person, how you should handle the dominant person. And if you are a dominant, then you need to understand that dove will be slow. So don't expect too much from him. So this is also very interesting characteristics, where many of the human beings in day-to-day life, they get frustrated because of expectations, and they do not understand how to handle that situation because they don't know their personality traits. So this is also very interesting characteristics about the personality and the behavior. Then the next important aspect, what you will know. You will know all the intelligence, then you will know the learning styles, then you will know the behavioral patterns, and you will know the different personality types. Then you will also understand what is your ability, how your IQ reflects, that is more into the logical thing. So how is your intelligence quotient? How is your emotional quotient? Some people with low emotional quotient are not able to understand other people's emotion. So we just make statement that other person is not understanding my concern because his emotional quotient is low. He is not able to correlate it, and that becomes the major issue. So emotional quotient, intelligence quotient is more fact-based. Then the next one is the creativity quotient. How you can imagine, how you can create abstract concepts. That is all comes into the creativity. How is your imagination capacity? That's all comes under creativity quotient. And this report gives you clear picture of all your innate potentials and how your talent can be nurtured and grown. And the last one is very, very important. That is an adversity situation. As we are living our life, we are going to face adversities. That is a true fact. But then, how this adversity quotient is, whether that person has the capability to manage the risk or that person do not want to take risk at all. that gets reflected in this adversity quotient. And it is very important aspect if you want to become an entrepreneur. But if you have lack of adversity quotient, that is low adversity quotient, then always you need to take help from others to take the decision. So you need to understand here that you cannot take risks, then basic entrepreneurship quality is not in you. Then how you can run an organization? You need to implement different tactics. And whenever you will start your professional career, there also you need to know that what is your capabilities and how you can nurture it, how you can augment those capabilities, and how you can correlate, how you can create good relations and get the work done from your colleagues. So that is teamwork principle also you will just understand through the behavioral passion by knowing your quotients. And the next one is very, very interesting. That is a acquiring style. Already I told you about 4 personalities. So cognitive is the dominant personality. Everyone should listen to me. Everyone should be with my order itself. So that leadership is good, but it should not create stress to everybody. So again, we need to learn from that. Affective persons are very emotional persons. So they are not able to manage their own emotions. Then again, these people, there might be chances that they might get into the depressions. And most of the self-cognitive people, they go into the aggression mode and they react so much. At the same time, if you are a reverse thinker, then this is a critical evaluation which you will do. Now remember, the person who has the self-cognitive nature has the very good leadership skills. Person who has the affective skill is very good in people management and people understanding, and he is a lovable, loyal person, but at the same time, he also needs some self-cognitive support. So all the talents are there, but again, you need to correlate and form one combination of one behavioral combination, that how to go about it. And if you are a reverse thinker, now reverse thinker is a critical one. Why it is a critical one? Because if you have reverse in your imagination, then what will happen? In professional career, it will help you a lot. But in your personal life, if you are a negative thinker, you will take negative meaning of everything, and that will affect your life. So here also you need to understand that you have the reverse thinking ability. That is basically a blessing. But when you will use that sense in right direction, and not in all people to evaluate your family people, with your family people, otherwise it will spoil your relation. So that is the interesting factor. And reflective persons has the very infinite potential in them, but only thing is that there many mood swings happens. So they need to just focus on the one thing, because reflective people has very high IQ also, very high EQ also. So here, what is your acquiring style? So that is also very important. And by understanding it, you can shape your career in well manner by selecting a profession, by selecting appropriate stream. You can just understand that how to go about it. So these are the important aspects of the dermatographics. So now you must have understood that why one should do this dermatographics analysis. First thing, you need to understand that every child is unique, but our method to handle them is common and usual. Second, every child has inborn talents, but child and parent fail to identify. We keep on expecting, but we don't look into what is that child's innate potential. What is other person's innate potential? Just we need to nurture it. Every child has a different learning style, but our teaching style is same. So all teaching methods, a similar teaching method will not work with different children, because they have their own unique abilities and different learning styles. discover this dermatographics can discover your child's inborn talent, because this is based on genetics. So it will just give you the clear idea. So biometric, this fingerprints does not change for lifetime, and therefore for Aadhaar card or for personal identification also, biometric evaluation is done through the fingers, because these finger patterns do not change for lifetime. So here you can discover your child's inborn talents and quotient. It also improves parents and children relationship. It also understand, you can also understand child's personality and behavior. That is very, very important aspect. If you know his personality type, if you know his behavioral pattern, then you need to find out some tactics that your relationship will be built and you can perform tasks smoothly. Then it also sets parents' expectation right. So you know that what your child has, what innate potential your child has. And therefore, you will not do unnecessary expectations from your child, and you will accept your child as it is. And therefore, child will also be stress-free, and as a parent, you will also be stress-free. And we need to remember that we give birth to our child, but through the DMIT, you get clear analysis about what innate potential my child has. So you can discover your child in well manner. And yes, you will discover your child's strengths, your child's weaknesses, and all the multiple intelligence aspects. I think everyone is clear to this point, till this point. Just type yes in chat box. Everyone is listening? Very good. So let's move on to the next. So here dermatographics analysis will help in two critical aspects. You need to understand here that it will help you in your personal growth. How it will help you? It will strengthen interpersonal communication skill and interaction skill, because you know your own personality in a better way. So it will give you strength. It will know how to appreciate people. It will make you understand that how you can appreciate people, how you can get the task done from other people. Then you can improve the relationship between people around. And also you can enhance your emotional quotient and adversity quotients. Now everything which you know that you have the innate potential, you can always augment it, you can always expand it, you can always nurture it. And lifetime we have to keep on nurturing. So discover one's unique gifts, and then we will understand that what are our natural gifts God has gifted us. Now how to make utilization of that, how to take proper career decisions, and we will enhance the sense of the value of life and happiness. So we will not just correlate it always with money. It's not about just the money. You have to contribute to others with whatever ability, very good ability, excellent innate potential which you have got. You need to share it with people, and money will flow you. That principle you will understand, and it will give you sense of the value of life and how to live life happily. So that also you can also discover. Second, it will help you in education. It will give you clear picture about your multiple intelligence. It will improve the parent and child communication, because parent also very well known with child's intelligence, and child also knows that my parent knows it, so they are supporting me. And you can just focus on your talents, the most top 3 innate potential which you have got, and you can nurture it. And you will get the personalized education, because you can select the fields, how to go about it. So personalized education options you will get, and you can identify your gifted areas. You can select a major that best fits one's desired career path, and major career option you can select, okay, which will contribute you in your life, and it will contribute in your successful journey. define the most appropriate way of teaching and learning. And yes, you will understand that how I can score good marks, but my style of absorbing is different. My learning style is different. So that also you will understand. So now what do you think that why there is a need of this DMI analysis? Nowadays, lot of competition is there. So many options are there. And due to this so many options, students are becoming very stressful that how they will perform in this competitive world. And parents are also worried. So 14,000 plus students are not able to manage the stress and they commit suicide. You will wonder, but this is the research. And research proves that 80% of the students are under stress because another research proves that parents are the key reasons. And I will not say that always there is a problem with the parent, but nowadays children are gifted with multiple intelligence and they want to live their life by their own terms. So again, that parent needs to understand, otherwise it spoils the relationship, and that becomes the key reason for the stress and the suicide. So here, as I am a DMIT certified DMIT counselor, I help children and parents to understand the exact innate potential, what is the multiple intelligence, how to go about the career path, what should be the behavioral patterns that child should implement, what should be the study type which student should acquire in day-to-day life. In all the aspect, behavioral aspect, career aspect, you will get whole guidance through this DMI analysis. And due to undue pressure, and it might happen that there is a parental pressure or there is a peer pressure, or there is a teacher pressure, there is an exam pressure, there is a study pressure. Due to this pressure, basically, you are not able to perform. So we need to understand here that have we given birth to children or mark sheet? Marks are ultimately important, but it should be counseled, and then the talents, multiple intelligence should be converted into the mark sheet, and not mark sheet is only the important thing. It is all about nurturing the innate potential. Otherwise, it will break your morale. And we also love to do the things because we also have own dreams. So in pursuit of your dreams, you cannot sacrifice your dreams, because from our childhood, we also see in very good dreams and we want to achieve that. And that gives us most happiness in the world, because we are able to achieve it. In the same way, child also, let him perform. And if you will understand your child in a better way, then only you are able to do it. So do you know, so this is the very important thing to understand. You know your child's students very well and fully understand their needs, right? So basically, you need to ask question to yourself. Do you know your child very well? And do you fully understand what exactly are your child's need? Yes or no? And basically, student also need to ask themselves that basically whether they have thorough knowledge about themselves and their inner talents, and whether they are utilizing that to fullest. That also we need to understand. So are you ready to answer few questions about your child? Give honest answer to yourself. Now don't give answer to me. Just think about each and every question. I will ask it now. I think till this slide everything is clear, and now you have got clear picture about the brain, its lobe, how the multiple intelligence, inborn potential is there, how many types of multiple intelligence anyone can have, and what is the left brain activity, what are the right brain activities, everything you understood. So just type yes or no in chat box. Is everything clear till this slide? Very good. Now let's move on to the next. So I will ask you question and I will give you a while to think. Just think about your own self. Do you know that every child or student has a type of multiple intelligence? Now already I have explained you the theory and now you have to think whether each concept is clear to you. Do you know? And now you have to identify your own potentials, what intelligence you have. Do you know that every child student has 8 types of multiple intelligence? Which is the most powerful intelligence of your child student study? So which is the most powerful intelligence which you have? Just you can think and you can write these answers in your book. That what you think, that which is the most powerful intelligence you have. Next, do you know there are 4 types of acquiring styles? Already I explained you about the acquiring styles. So now you know that what is your acquiring method. That also you need to understand. How you learn, how you study, that also you need to understand. Do you know there are 3 types of learning styles? Already I explained you about the learning styles also. Now again, now you need to elaborate that which type of learner you are. Do you know that every child student have 4 quotient levels? Our IQ level, our EQ level, our creativity quotient, our adversity quotient, these 4 quotients are there. Is your child student's left brain thinker or right brain? Now again, it is very interesting aspect that whether you are left brain oriented or right brain oriented. Left brain people are fact based, right brain people are more into the thinking. So again, there are a number of combinations which people can catch. What you think that whether you are left brain oriented or right brain oriented? What is your child's personal acquiring style? How your child personally acquires and reacts to the information? So do you know all these answers now? So that you need to think. And you must understand here that every child is genius and every child is born with a unique inborn talent. So every child is genius and every child is born with an unique inborn talent which has to be nurtured. If we know that talent, we can nurture it, we can augment it. And here, very, very, very important aspect. Do you know the real difference between students' interest and intelligence? Child's interest and intelligence. This is again 2 very different dreams. And we really don't know the difference of this interest and intelligence. Intelligence is innate potential which we already has, which God has gifted us. That is the multiple intelligence which we have. And interest can be developed and nurtured over the period of time. If we know that we have this intelligence, then we can experiment on that. And then interest can be developed by experimenting. And here we do not understand our interest, our intelligence, our innate potential. We don't have any idea about our innate potential. And just blindly we say that I do not have interest in this thing. I do not have interest in that thing, because you don't know your own intelligence, and therefore you are reacting in that way that I am not interested, and you are closing the door of opportunities. Remember, if you want to nurture your intelligence, you need to experiment on those things, and then you should decide that whether you are interested or not, because it is directly related with intelligence. But this for experimenting we really don't have time. So DMIT test help you do that. Identify your innate potential and then just focus on nurturing it, augment it, and for lifetime you can just augment it and you can excel in your life. So this is the interesting part about the interest and the intelligence. And I will now give you some very interesting examples, world famous examples. Menka Gandhi, she is the naturalist quotient person. Osho, who has very good intrapersonal skills. Oprah Winfrey, which she has the very good interpersonal skills. Albert Einstein is the master, and therefore he has very good logical and mathematical skills. M.F. Hussain, His visual spatial intelligence is very good. Linguistic, Ravindranath Tagore, he is the linguistic, the literature person. Sachin Tendulkar, he has the bodily kinesthetic ability. He has very high kinesthetic intelligence. And A.R. Rahman, he has a very good, excellent level of musical intelligence. Like this multiple intelligence, there are people with different multiple intelligence. If we nurture that in a proper way, you can also become genius. So that is the thing. So here I have done many of the reports, and since last 5 years I'm doing this DMIT counseling, and since last 17 years I'm counseling students. And at any age, starting from kids up to elderly people, basically they take inputs, they whenever they are confused, they come to me and they get this report done. So this is the interesting aspect about this multiple intelligence. Now, again, a very interesting part, I am going to show you one nice video clip. Again, it will be a revision of the whole thing and you will clearly understand. So I think everyone is ready. Just type ready in chat box to see the nice video clip. Just type ready in the chat box. Very good. So let's see, just watch this video clip. So students, I hope you liked the clip and you understood whole thing about this DMI analysis, multiple intelligence analysis. And now I will explain you the process that how to go about this test. So already we seen this multiple analysis, multiple intelligence story in this Three Idiots movie, and everyone has got connected to it, and everyone just is just tried after that movie, just everyone has tried to find out themselves, isn't it? So in the same way, so it will not take, so you do not have to panic so much. Only thing is that what is the process? First of all, you have to do the inquiry. Then simply we will scan your fingers. If you are comfortable, you want to opt for this DMIT test, then we will do the thumbprint. Then in third, once you give the thumbprint, then report, 77-page report will be generated of your innate potential talents. Counselor will do the analysis of your strength and weaknesses, and then counselor, that is me, myself, will do the report based on the counseling. So I will do the consultation with you. I will sit with you. I will just help you to understand your innate potentials. Then I will just walk through you about your learning style, career prospect, how to go about it, where to focus, and any other questions which you have, that you can just get clarity, more clarity about after this report. So here you might be wondering that what is the cost of this report, which will give you the clear picture. So actual test cost is rupees 7,000. But right now we are offering it. So now see how we are offering it. So now spot registration. So today the people who will do the spot registration till midnight 12, they will get this test with counseling at rupees 3,999. And if you are unable to book today, then this discount will go up to 5/6/2020 to 13/6/2020. The value of that report will be 4,999. Next, you will also get, now already I have explained you that we have our own online courses portal named as Rishi Online Buddhi. On that portal, there are number of courses, but you will get this MS Office course free of cost with lifetime access. And this will get you free. Next, there are other courses also which might help you in your career, and therefore you will get on other courses also. There is up to 90% discount is going on, but still whatever is that discounted file, in that additional 25% discount you will get if you want to learn, acquire any other skill. And to keep connected, we will give access to our DMIT Facebook group, especially for the students who have done the DMIT. So these are the bonus and offer, and you should not miss about it. The next important thing is that if you will purchase today, then coupon code should be Career Buddha. So you have to, how to book it? So you have to, I will just show you how to book it. You have to go to surekhabhosle.com. This is surekhabhosle.com. So this is my website, and here you will just click on surekhabhosle.com. Already you have registered yourself from that page. There you have to select the career counseling page. And in career counseling, scroll down. Here you have to just fill in your details. And here, after filling the details, just fill in all contact details and everything. Enter your correct email ID, select the standard, write the school name, just scroll down, write preferred timing, and just click on avail. So here you will be redirected to the payment gateway. So here you have to click on pay now. Even if it is showing 7,000, here you have to click on pay on, and here you need to apply the coupon code. I have discount code. So you fill in your details, and here you have to apply that coupon code. Once you apply, you will get that discount. So from this page you can book. And if before taking test, if you have some doubts, any doubts, then you can scroll down below and you can click on the slots. I have opened some slots for free consultation. If you have any query regarding the DMIT, then you can book my slot. Just available slots are here. So you can click here, and as per your availability, you can book my free consultation where I can just solve your doubts. If you have any doubts, still you want to discuss with me and then you want to book the test, you can just book my appointment here and I will get in touch with you. So this is all about the test, how you can do it. With all these bonuses you will get. And now this is a time to the question answer. So I hope you have find session useful and interesting also. Just, yes. Thank you guys. I will just end the session.